Hi everybody! Today we're going to make some simple dangle earrings. You can use any beads, but I'm going to use top drilled crystals. So if we start with our head pins, and then here's my crystals. These are bicones, and also some earring hooks. I like the simple ones with the gold ball. They're really easy to use. A little bit about the head pin. You can get all kinds. I got one that's just very basic. It has a flat head. You can get a more ornate if you'd like, and make sure you get nice long ones so that you have plenty of material to work with. So here's my bicones. They're faceted. These are Swarovski elements. I got them on sale for a couple dollars at Joann's. These are baby pink. And then here's the earrings, the earring hooks. And you can see they have just a little ball, and these ones are really simple to use. Okay, so here's the tools we'll need, and these are all jewelry pliers. This is just some smooth needle nose pliers that taper, and these are rounded needle nose pliers. So you can see they're round, and they help us to make our loop when we are wrapping our wire. Okay, and then these are just some basic needle or wire cutters. Can't talk today. So here's what we'll do. First, you start with your head pin, and you guys, this is the really hard part. Just kidding. I'm going to move all this stuff out of the way. All right, so like I said, the hard part, you thread this bead onto this needle. Ta-da! Okay, so I know you can handle that, and now we're going to make a base where we can wrap our wire around, and it'll hold that bead onto this pin. Okay, so the important thing is not to go too far back on your pliers. So you just want to be maybe a millimeter or so in, so you have a nice short base, but not too short and not too long. And you pull it back like that, and you're trying for like a right angle. Okay, so you don't want to use the rounded pliers for this. You want to use one with an edge. Okay, so you see the right angle. And then you take your rounded pliers and you put the bottom part into the angle. Okay, just like that. And again, you don't want to go too far back and you don't want to go too far forward, so you just want to go a millimeter or two in. Your hole will be too big, or the loop will be too big if you go too far back, so you don't want to do that. And you bring it up and around and down over the top of those pliers, and there you have your loop, and you can see the base too. Okay, so the next thing we'll do is we'll turn that around. Now here's where it's trial and error, and you just have to figure out what feels comfortable to you. You're going to get a really good grip on that earring that we're making. You're going to wrap it around and kind of pull very snugly up towards the pliers. You really want to get as close to the pliers as you can get with this part, and then wrap it around that base. And then for the next two, because we're going to make 3 wraps, the next 2 you want to do the same thing, but you're trying to get as close to the wrap above the one that you're currently doing. You don't want to have a lot of space between these wraps. Your bases shouldn't be, the base shouldn't be too big, so you don't have a lot of room to make really big wraps. Now, if you like it as a design element, it's your jewelry. You can certainly do that, but here's how I like it. So see, we've got 3 nice wraps. There's my loop. Okay, so now you have the excess, and you can see where having a nice long head pin is going to be really nice because it gives you a little bit of room to maneuver when you're doing these wraps. Okay, so we're just going to clip it off, and these things do fly, so be careful. You might want to yell, 4 or something. So okay, so 4, clip, yeah, there we go. And off it goes. Okay, so when you do the clip, when you clip that wire, you're going to have a little jagged edge. So you're going to want to tuck that in, and let me see if I can show you the jagged edge here. It's not a big deal, but you can stick yourself when you're putting your earrings on, and especially if these are a gift, it's just nicer to have that tucked in. So I would definitely not ignore this step. So you just take your pliers and you bend it in. I'm going to try to stay on camera here. Sometimes it's easier said than done. All right, so you just bend that in, and there we go. So, and then I like to, sometimes it's nice to squeeze that loop just to press everything so it's kind of all in one plane, and you make it all straight and nice. And there's our dangle. Okay, so the next part, again, some serious rocket science here. We are gonna just bend that open, and then we'll thread our dangle through our loop that we've made, and then we'll close it up with our rounded pliers. Now you could use the other ones, but I like the rounded ones for these earring hooks because it keeps that S shape really nicely. You're not having to reshape it. It just keeps it nice. So there it is. Ta-da! Here's our earring. That was so fast, you guys. So let's do the other one. We'll thread that bead and we'll get started. So the first step again is the right angle. Our little base that we need to make. So just pull that down and ta-da. Okay. So there's our right angle. And then we'll get our rounded pliers and we'll do that loop again. And remember, so this is how this goes. You put it on right in there, not too far back because you don't want your loop to be too big, and you go around the top and down, just like that. Good. And then there's your loop. And when you get really good at this, the wrapping becomes a little bit easier because you have that real nicely defined base and a really nicely defined loop. And then again, it's just trial and error, and what are you comfortable with? You just kind of pull that up. Last time I did it the other direction. This time I think I'm doing it the opposite direction. So it really doesn't matter which way you go. It just matters that you get real close to those pliers and you try to keep those wraps real close to each other. Okay, and then so we'll go around. There we go. Okay. Let me see if you can get a good shot of that. Yay, camera! She focused. All right, that looks good. And then you have your excess that you'll need to clip off. And then it's going to fly, so one of the really nice things about these gifts, these earrings, is they make great gifts. And they are the perfect size. I started making these bicones particularly for preteens. I have a 10-year-old daughter, and she just got her ears pierced at the end of last year, so she's really excited to wear earrings. And I went to the store, and man, all the earrings are they're so heavy and big and crazy, and I just wanted some nice quality, small, lightweight dangles for her, and I just couldn't find it. So I just said, you know what, I bet I could make that myself. So I did, and I'm really happy with the end product, and we've given these away multiple times for gifts for her friends, and I think that, I think the other parents appreciate them too, so, and that's really great. And you know what? I like to wear them too. They're great for adults too. All right, so they just make really good gifts, and they're nice to have in your own jewelry box too, because how cool is it, to have a nice handmade pair of earrings and to be able to say, I made these. All right, so we got our end tucked in, and then we threaded it onto our earring hook, and ta-da! A pair of gorgeous crystal earrings. Let me see if I can get a really good picture of that for you to see. And these are, I love sparkly things, and these faceted crystals are just awesome. They catch the light. And I love the simple gold hooks. These come in all kinds of colors too. You can even get them in black, I think. I buy most of my stuff at Joann's. So there we have it. We made some really great earrings in no time flat. We bought our hooks, our head pins, and our crystals. And we just made some earrings. Thank you so much, everybody. And bye.